From clarkwoods.com, this is Horribly Off Topic, episode number 164. I am Chris.
You're slightly more subdued, Chris, than normal.
I am subdued, Chris.
And I'm Steve, not quite so subdued.
Not quite so subdued.
But who knows? I got 3 beers sitting in front of me. By the end of this show, I might be just like, well, I don't know.
You might be like Eeyore, is what you're saying.
Didn't you say that Eeyore was your spirit animal?
Eeyore is my spirit animal.
Oh, okay.
I am a gray jackass missing my tail.
Yes, so you're strong.
I don't know what that says about me.
Strong sad?
Strong sad.
Did you ever watch Homestar Runner?
No.
Oh, wait. We already went over this several times. I gave you the fucking disc. You never touched it.
I'm a terrible friend. And podcast host. Co-host.
It's not that you're a terrible friend. It's just that you are a person that doesn't watch things that you're given.
I'm a person who doesn't know how to have fun. Mm-hmm. In fact, one of the reasons that I am a little bit more subdued today.
It's because you didn't have any fun?
Well, it is. Oh my God, I'm going to delete that fucking app.
What app is it?
It was the news app. It decided to. For some reason, I got that back on my phone this week.
So you could be like, "Hoo, Robin, what's in the news?"
Oh yeah, I really wanna know. No, so one of the reasons that I am more subdued today is that I went on a walk, and one of the goals of the walk was to kind of clear my head. And one of the end results of the walk was if I don't one of the thoughts that came to my head once it was clear is that if I don't schedule time for myself to have fun, I just won't have fun, and that seems very sad. It seems
no,
like,
I mean it's not. It's not. We are late 30s.
Yes,
I mean for at least
another
couple
3
of
or
weeks.
4 weeks. Yeah. No need to remind me, but yes.
Oh well, come on! It's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a great show that week. Are you gonna have a party?
I don't know. Probably not. There's never a party for me.
Well, Becky and I'll throw something.
We've been talking about whether or not we wanted to do something around my birthday to celebrate the book, but yeah.
We'll have a little get together for you, and we'll invite all your favorite friends. Just give us a list, and we won't have like Grim Reaper like posters or some other shit.
No, you don't think that's like part of the requirements when you're.
No, I don't want to be like that like hacky like, oh, you're turning 40, one step closer to the grave. No, I don't want to do that.
Okay,
we're gonna celebrate life as opposed to.
That's what you do after somebody dies. You have a celebration of life.
No, we're gonna celebrate life while you're alive instead.
Oh, okay, all right.
Like you should do all the time.
All the time. So, you were saying we're in our late 30s.
We're in our late 30s, and people our age, men our age, actually. Men our age.
Men. How's that song go?
I don't remember. Men our age have trouble
getting an erection.
I don't
maintaining an erection.
You can speak for yourself.
No, I'm all right in that department.
Okay, so they have trouble maintaining friendships.
This is true. Yep.
Just being able to like spend time on a regular basis with friends and actually communicate with friends.
Yes.
And so I read an article about it, and it was just basically like you gotta because men don't just talk on the phone, and I'm one of those people. I despise talking on the phone. I don't want to. I mean, you and I have this once a week where we get together.
But it's not the phone. It's we're in the same room. Yes, there's the microphone
and there's potential listeners.
Yeah.
But this is only an hour, so
right.
What I did this week was to sort of fight that. I joined a pinball league.
Nice.
And so I went to a place in Milford. I will refrain from saying the address because it's a private residence, and not a place. And so you have to actually contact the people.
Right.
I mean, you could go to the New England Pinball League website and you can email them and then possibly join.
Yeah.
But you have to contact them first.
Contact the person. Yeah. All right. So you're not going to give an address, but you joined a pinball league.
I joined a pinball league, and I played a little pinball on Thursday night.
Yeah.
And guess what?
You won.
I did.
You won against how many people?
Well, there was 7, and so the scoring, there was 2 teams. We weren't.
They were the Sharks and the Jets.
We were competing against each other.
Yeah.
In the teams, not we weren't like with each other. So the people on the other team, there was 4, and so the scoring went. If you got a first place in the game, you got 10 points. I think it was 6 for second, 4 for third, and 2 for last place. And since we were a group of 3, it was 10-5-2.
Okay.
I got 3 first place victories and one last place. So I got 32 points, which was the highest of the evening.
Nice. And did you just win bragging rights, or do you get a trophy? Or?
Well, it's an 8-week league,
okay.
So there's definite potential for me to completely fuck up next week.
So it's on to next week.
Yes.
In the words of Coach Belichick.
Yeah.
Yeah, on to next week.
Yeah,
we're on to Cleveland.
Yeah, we're on to Cleveland. Oh, who knows? That's going to be a tough one. I don't know what we're on. Are they playing today? Are they playing right now?
They probably just finished.
Oh, okay.
They were up like 36-13 against the Saints.
Okay, so
the Saints were not marching in.
We got a W.
Not a whole lot.
We got a W.
W. Yep.
That's good. So like it was funny because like one of the guys I was playing against, he was actually really good, and I played okay, which I often do. I either play okay or lousy.
Right.
But I played okay, which was enough
to get the W.
So there was 2 occasions on the first game we played was Doctor Who, and if anybody's played the Doctor Who pinball machine, the way to score lots of points is to go crazy on loops. You do crazy amounts of loops. You get a field of play multiplier of times 4.
Yeah.
And then you can do a sonic boom, which you have to do the Who letters, WHO. I almost spelled it wrong.
Do you have to do it in the TARDIS?
What?
Do you have to do it in the TARDIS? Did I just get that wrong? I mean, is doing it in the TARDIS something that happens on YouPorn, or doing it in the TARDIS is something that happens on Doctor Who? When somebody does you in the TARDIS? No, does the pinball in the TARDIS? I mean, like, I'm just trying to get a feel for, like, is there a blue police box or something?
There is somewhere on the machine.
On the machine.
But I don't know. I don't know
you
where.
Don't put your balls
I don't know exactly where on the playfield it is.
Okay.
But if you get a sonic boom, you get like a fuck ton of points, especially if you've gotten that 4 times multiplier, which is pretty much a given if you've made lots of loops.
Yeah. Now, which doctor is it that's on the? Surely you must know this. You're a huge Doctor Who fan.
I'm not.
Which doctor is?
But there are the first 7 doctors you can choose from.
Wow, all of them. Okay.
And the one that I think you want to choose if you're playing the game, and if you're planning on trying to loop and get lots of points, is to I think Doctor Number 4.
Doctor Number 4.
But he was basically one shot away from a sonic boom, which would have gotten him enough points to overcome my score.
Yeah.
And he missed and drained and
to put his balls in your TARDIS.
No.
And
then the last one, it was a game of No Good Gophers, which is a sort of golf.
That's interesting. No Good
Gophers.
And
game.
like, do little gophers pop up under the glass, like to knock your ball out of the way?
Yeah.
Oh.
So so I got a bunch of different modes running, and I ended up getting like 8 million points, which isn't great, but isn't terrible.
Right. Well, like you said, you usually play or you play lousy. And
so I played okay, and then the same dude from before, he got into a multi-ball, and basically if he had hit it up a side ramp, he would have gotten like 3.5 million, and basically almost tied, if not surpassed my score.
Right.
If he had done that, he would have won. He didn't, and I won.
So it was like a Patriots versus I don't know, like Colts game from back in the day, where it could have gone either way the whole time, and
no, it should have gone his way. It should, like, he was basically the Patriots, whereas I was the Cleveland Browns.
You would.
And for some unknown reason, I scored like a couple early touchdowns, and he was playing catch up, and then like I guess he just had an off day, and then
they're always playing catch up. They're never playing mustard.
And then the other game, I completely tanked Medieval Madness. And then,
so these were all machines in one person's house?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
They had like 8 machines.
Wow. Holy shit.
Yeah. So
wow.
So basically, the person that's up first picks the first machine, second, etc., etc. I picked Ghostbusters, which is which I think is like a luck box in modern times, and I somehow managed to complete a couple of modes, and that got me enough to actually win.
Is that a classic like 80s?
It's not the new Gals.
Oh, okay.
Ghostbusters. I think it probably would have been terribly well received if it was. Just like that movie.
So you went out and you had fun. I mean, this is what the gist of it is.
So go out and have fun, Chris. Join a club.
I went and saw. I think it was
do a little candle pin bowling or something like that.
That is too much.
If you want
too much time.
We could figure out if they do.
If they have
leagues
at the Drome,
at the Bowladrome, and then we could both join.
That's too much time. I don't have too much time on my hands. I'm not like those guys. Like
what
on
Devo Sticks? No, it was Sticks.
Sticks?
Yeah,
I'm not.
It was off the Mr. Roboto album.
Oh, Domo Artigato.
Yes, that's exactly how you say it.
No, so like
that was a good one.
That was a very good one. What did I do this week? I mean, like I went. Well, last week I went to see my friend Mary's band 3 at Home play a show. So
you did a thing
last week, but that was before last week's show.
Oh, okay.
So like this week I watched I think it was this week. Was it this week? Mm-hmm. This week I watched the Apple keynote.
Yes. Are you going to get an X?
I definitely am. Yes.
What?
I am. There's no question in my mind. We can talk about that, but
are you going to lease it or are you going to pay?
Oh yeah. No, and so I've been on the iPhone upgrade plan for the last year. So I'm already paying a certain amount per month for my phone, so I would just be paying a few dollars more per month for the X.
See, I don't like that leasing.
I like having. I'm the guy that takes the photos and the videos and all the family outings and the family vacations. I want the best camera I can get. I don't like the little notch at the top of that phone, but everything else about it I think is fantastic, and I can't wait to.
I don't know about the face recognition thing. I mean, like, what if like there's a doppelganger?
Well, I don't think I have a twin.
You don't have a twin, obviously.
You're saying what if there's like
someone that looks like you? They said it was like 1 in a million. That's like that's a possibility in the state of Massachusetts. It's like I think eight people could steal your phone and get into it.
There's 8 people out there who look like me. I feel bad for them.
They said if it's about 1 in a million, there are approximately, I think, 8 million people in the state of Massachusetts. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So there's a 1 in 8. There's 1 in 8 chance.
There's an even better chance that somebody could unlock your phone with their thumbprint.
What?
Yeah.
Their fingerprints are like
the thumbprints are worse than less secure than your face.
So what
unless you're fucking Nicolas Cage or John Travolta.
Yeah, I mean if someone gets your face off. What about this? Okay, so when
are you trying to dissuade me from buying this?
No, I'm just asking.
One thing that will give me joy.
You could get an 8 as well. I mean, that'll also probably give you joy.
Fuck that noise.
I might get an 8, but like I don't know. I might actually get a 7 once the 8s come out because I'm up like this. I'm done with my contract at this point.
Oh, okay.
So I could switch.
Well, I would be getting an 8 Plus, right? Because I have a 7 Plus right now, and the 8 Plus does have the dual camera system. It has a lot of the same features that the X has, but it doesn't have all the same features.
It doesn't have. You can have like poop emoji fun time.
Right, and that's where I'm going to have the most fun with my kids is because right, if you can export those,
you could be like, don't forget to take a poop.
No, but if you can export,
send that to them in the morning after you leave for work. Like, oh, my dad's so embarrassing.
My kids love to watch these YouTube videos, right? Okay.
Of poops?
No. Of like really shittily made YouTube videos where the people use Minecraft or they use Legos or they use whatever, and it's usually a woman or a man with a very high pitched voice.
Al Caprillion?
Really, really way too excited, fooling around with dolls in front of their camera, telling a story with dolls or Legos or a Minecraft video, and then uploading it to YouTube, and kids love this shit. But I don't want anything to do with it, but my kids really love this stuff, and they want to do something like that. And so if you can take that unicorn or that poop emoji or whatever, and I'm sure a million people are going to do this, and you can save it to your camera roll, then you could make a story out of that. One of your characters is the poop emoji, and one of your characters is the unicorn, and you just cut back and forth. You maybe use some green screen so you can have two of them on screen at once. It's going to be fucking fabulous, Steve.
I'm sure it is, Chris.
I do know how to have fun. I just know how to have fun in very fucking weird ways.
Okay, so that's fine.
Okay.
But one question I have, and this goes for both fingerprints and for faces.
Okay.
Now, when I turn my phone off, I have to log in with my my secret code. Will that be the same on the X?
Yes. In fact, as I understand it, and somebody out there who has run the betas of the new iOS could tell me, even on your existing phone, there's going to be a feature in iOS 11 where if you are afraid that, for instance, if a cop wants to look at your phone.
That's basically what I was getting at. Not that I'm planning on getting arrested anytime soon, but if anybody that we know listens that could be possibly doing something illegal, I recommend you don't do illegal things out there in listener land.
And I don't remember which button it is. It's either the side button or the home button. Obviously, on the X, it would only be the side button. So I'm pretty sure it's the side button, and you press it 5 times, one after the other. And if you press it, so you could even have that in your pocket 5 times, one after the other. It will lock it as if it had just been, if you turn it off and turn it on.
Okay.
And at that point, it's going to require...
Yeah, because, like, if you don't do that, like, a cop, all they have to do is just put your hand on your phone and, like, it's in. Yeah. Or, well... Here's your phone. It's next to your face.
Well, in that case, you can close your eyes.
If you close your eyes, it won't work?
It won't open unless it senses your attention. So, I mean, what movie is that where they draw the eye?
I think it was on the Three Stooges.
Yeah, it was in one of the Indiana Jones movies too.
She drew. I love you on her eyelids.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway. I watched...
Young teacher, the subject
of schoolgirl fantasy. So I watched the...
That's back when Harrison Ford was young.
He was, yeah. Not anymore.
Yeah, no, he's just an old...
They're going to make another one, but they're fucking getting rid of Shia LaBeouf, I heard. No Shia LaBeouf in the next Indiana Jones.
Oh, come on. He was so great when he was swinging from vines with monkeys.
And when he was using he was fencing with Cate Blanchett. That was.
Yeah, I mean, I like how they set that up earlier in the film that he took fencing at a prep school, and it would come up later that he.
I liked that his name was Mutt. We named the dog Mutt. So I did that, and then later in that same day, I think that was Tuesday. Anyway, well, on Tuesday night, I went to an event out in Portsmouth called Writing, Publishing, Marketing, right? And
did you market something?
I did a really shitty job at marketing stuff. I forgot to prepare in advance any marketing materials for my book.
Did you bring any coasters? Or?
No, I'm just really shitty at marketing. So I talked about writing. Towards the tail end of my presentation, the little audio recorder the guy was using turned off, and we were all hopeful that no big deal. Most of the file will be there. Turned out, nope.
These are smaller ones. That's why I'm already on number 2.
Number 2. So I went and did that, and I talked to some people, and that was kind of fun. Although it was also kind of a work-ish type thing. And then probably didn't do anything fun the rest of the week. I messed around with my book here and there, which is like...
Your book? What's your book?
My book, Missing Mr. Wingfield.
What?
Yeah, no, I'm waiting on the copy editor. She's supposed to be getting back to me, and then the book goes to the printer. But pretty much everything else relies on there being a printed. So, like when it comes to trying to get bookstores to book me, or trying to get people to review me, or like tons of other steps of the process are now held up by the manuscript not being complete. So
well, you know what? I definitely and
which is not 100% true. That's really just my excuse for being a shitty marketer and being afraid of talking to people.
One thing that doesn't have anything to do with marketing is to make it part of your curriculum.
People have said
Force
that to me
your students to read your book. You teach creative writing, right?
I do, but doesn't that seem like a conflict of interest?
No. You wrote a book which was a piece of creative writing.
Right.
You can use that, and you know more than anybody
about
the stuff that you fucking wrote.
See, I've always wanted to ask somebody about that. One of my friends who's at another university, somebody who's published, and ask them. In fact, it was one of my younger coworkers at a job a few jobs back, who is now a published poet who is teaching in the South somewhere, who was the first person to say to me that I should require my book. At that point, it was my second book of short stories, and he said, "You should require it. Make them buy it." But I didn't. Or no, it was my first book of short stories.
All right. Well, how about this time? Take the advice from not just him, but me, or her. I don't know.
No, it was him.
Okay,
it was him. Yeah, I mean, I could take your
advice.
Or
they. I don't know if
he goes by male pronouns.
He goes by a male. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, good for him.
But I got to the end of the weekend, right, and I started thinking about. Oh my God, I guess since we're talking about my problem with having fun, right? Like, I can get into the fact that, like, what I ended up starting to think about
What do you consider fun? Natural fun. Sorry.
I want to be able to have time to read, and I want to be able to have time to watch movies. I love watching movies, and I love reading. Those are my primary fun time activities.
All right, so let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like boobies?
Do I like boobies? Am I going to get in trouble either way if I say that I like boobies or don't like boobies? I like boobies.
Okay.
I like my wife's boobies most of all.
Okay. Do you like
as it should be?
Do you like movies with boobies? And I'm not just talking about pornography here.
Movies with boobies. I don't mind I don't mind a boob or two.
Well, you must like this show.
Sometimes there's just one boob, and that's fine. Sometimes there's
one boob.
I mean, sometimes just one of them gets exposed.
Oh, when does that happen?
I don't know. I feel like it must.
I've always thought that like that would happen. Like, because there's been like not gladiator movies, but like sci-fi fantasy movies where there'd be like a barbarian with like some sort of armor over one of his pecs.
Yeah,
they should do that another way, spoofy, like Your Highness or something like that, where there's like a barbarian lady with one.
Well, but if she was an Amazon, she would have cut off her boob so that she could that boob so that she could shoot the arrows.
Oh, because it gets in the way of...
I don't know. That was a plot point in Why the Last Man, which was a comic book about the last man on Earth and women basically ruling the planet. And at a certain point, there was a cult of new Amazons, and part of what they did in that cult was they all
sold books and video games, other things.
They're the everything store. No, they would cut
groceries at Whole Foods.
They would cut off one boob. That was one of the that was part of it. So you asked me, why did you ask me if I like boobs?
I don't know. I was just being a goof.
No, so I want to find time to watch movies. There's a bunch of movies. There's a bunch of books that I have I own a ton of movies that are on.
There's a bunch of crunch.
I own a ton of movies that I could watch. There's a bunch of movies on Netflix that I have in my queue to watch. I have a ton of books I have to read. Yesterday we went to a book sale. I got a story about that. We went to the Chelmsford Library used book sale.
You should. I mean, have you talked to the people at the Chelmsford Library to see if you could do a reading of your novel?
I have a friend from college who is now there, and yes, so this is the one place where I have to follow up with her.
Definitely do that
because I'm
gonna follow up with you next week.
I talked to her once, and I was trying to give her time to. She said, "Oh yeah, that sounds awesome. I'm going to talk to the other person in the library."
Local author, buddy.
I was trying to not be a persistent dick.
Yes, but you also have to be somewhat persistent, or else they're going to think you're not interested.
Yeah, that was an interesting.
It was like Rick from fucking Rick and Morty.
That was like a half burp, half hiccup, something. All right, so I have all this stuff, but I'm not finding time to read outside of what I have to read for work, which is a lot of my reading time is reading student stories. And I'm not finding time to watch new things. Like, so when I want to, like just the other day, I was sitting, I wanted to watch something, but I didn't want the stress of picking out from the dozens of movies that I want to watch. So I just started watching Doctor Strange again. Which was fine, except that it started fucking up the way that I have it set to stream to my device, which then got me down this other path of like deciding I needed to fix the whole streaming system on my home network. And so that's where I am. I had a couple of hours today where I could have watched a fucking movie, or at least an episode of a TV show or something, and instead I spent that couple of hours messing around with my computer. And so I feel like I'm at the point where, similarly to me needing to schedule exercise into my day if I want to do any exercise, I need to schedule fun into my day if I want to have any fun.
Well, what I do at work is, as far as exercise goes, I eat my lunch at my desk, and then I take like a half an hour walk.
Yeah, well, and that's what I
for my lunch.
Yeah,
like,
I'm supposed to take an hour break, so I go out, I get lunch because I hate making lunch. And
save some cash if you.
I know, but I'm not.
I'm Captain Saves Money, and I don't eat very like. I don't think too many people could eat like I do as far as lunch goes and eat like basically the same thing every day, and like eat a peanut butter sandwich and veggies and goldfish crackers.
I have done that in the past, and I tend to overdo that one thing that I love, and then I don't want to have it anymore, and so that's why I've gone with the method I have. Anyway, so I will get exercise on lunch, but so I'm saying but that feels like a thing I need to, and I this week I started exercising in the morning, doing my how to work out the Marvel method way again. So I run for half an hour in the morning, watching a bit of a Marvel movie, which of course I love, which makes me get up the next morning to watch the next half hour, and so on and so forth. But for actual I'm gonna sit down and read, or
you should work out the Marvel way, like just work out like Chris Evans does to get ready to be Captain America. So you have to work out for approximatally eight to 9 hours a day. And eat nothing but protein.
Nothing but protein, and
and vegetables.
I was watching a behind the scenes of was it Logan? Yeah, it was Logan, and it was Hugh Jackman, and he was always eating. That was part of the secret too. Is he's always eating, he's always working out, so he's always refueling, and then he's always. It's like I don't want that.
Well, if you want those abs, Chris, you're gonna have to do it.
I don't want those abs. I just want time to watch movies and read, and I don't know where that fits in.
I mean, you could always listen to books as opposed to reading them.
I could. But it would mean cutting down on my podcasts.
Well, what podcast do you listen to? That guy with the dog? Fuck him.
Their podcast only comes out once every 2 weeks.
Well, look at them. They fucking can't even do it more than once a
do it every. That's their schedule, Steve.
I don't care. I'm salty for that guy.
So there's only a few that I listen to, but over the summer they all, the last few weeks of summer especially, they all piled up. So I've got.
I'm all caught up.
They've got 3 weeks, but I can only listen to podcasts when I'm in the car, because this is the other reason that I don't read or watch very much new stuff, is that I need to focus 100% on whatever I'm doing. So that's why I can't listen to a podcast and do work. I want to listen to. I want to just listen to the podcast. I can listen to the podcast and drive, because I feel like the two separate parts of the brain, or some damn thing. I can listen to old music when I'm working, music I've heard before, but listening to new music while I'm working doesn't work out. That I for better or worse, I'm just a person that likes to focus on the stuff that's entertaining me. And I guess that just means I got to schedule it. I gotta put the hours into my day.
gotta
I gotta
put
say you must have fun from 4:30 to 4:45.
I mean, you could change it up. I mean, you could come in to Acton and take the train instead of driving in. That could enable you to do like some other stuff.
The trouble with that is the schedule I have to keep. 2 mornings a week I have to. 2 mornings a week I have to get my kids on the bus and then start driving right to work. And I've been late to that class 2 out of 3 times since the semester started.
Do the students do that thing where, like, if they're 15 minutes late, they'll leave?
No, I have a teaching assistant, and he has been very helpful those 2 times that I was late.
Good.
So and I was only 5 minutes late, but still. So, like, I can't take the train because I at least on those 2 days, I need to be able to get right in there and park. So I've taken the train, I've taken the bus in the past. I don't hate those things. I just I like to be in control. I also don't like to have to sit next to anybody.
I used to be like that, and the more that I just kind of give up control, the more I feel in control. Because I'm like, I don't have to stress myself out to the point where I have a vein like pulsing out of the top of my head.
Yeah.
Like because of some fucking moron going 25 and a 45 in front of me. Or some guy, like I'm going like 40 in a 30 and some dude's right on my bumper. Like I'm not dealing with that like on a regular basis. Like I did the last couple of days, or not this past week, because I drove to the pinball thing after work, and I drove to my dad's yesterday to clean up some old boxes, get some Nintendo controllers so I could use the NES and Genesis versions of the Retron 3.
Oh, that's right.
So
I can see you got something plugged into every slot over there.
Yeah, I got Final Fantasy 2, or in parentheses Final Fantasy 4.
Right.
Because because
we didn't get all of them.
We did eventually.
Oh, okay.
Like, so Final Fantasy 1 was Final Fantasy 1. Final Fantasy 2 never came out here. Final Fantasy 3 never came out here. We got 4 as 2. We didn't get 5.
Okay.
We got 6 as 3, and then we got 7 as 7.
That's fucked up.
And so I think Angry Video Game Nerd did a video. It's like, so what people were asking were like, what happened to 4, 5, and 6? But what they really should have been asking was what happened to 2, 3, and 5.
How the fuck would they know? People don't. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
But then they started numbering them, normally after that. And then eventually we got like Final Fantasy Collection or Anthology or whatever.
2, 3, and 5.
Which had 5. The only one that was actually sort of hard to get was 3.
Yeah.
Not 6-3, regular 3.
Regular 3.
They only released it, I think, on the PSP and on the regular Nintendo DS.
Interesting. See, my only experience, aside from maybe picking up the controllers when you guys were playing, when we were all kids, was when they had the iOS app. I forget what it was called, but you would you'd say something into the mic on your phone, and that would cause whatever you said, and the tone that you said it and the length or whatever would help generate your character, and then when your character attacked, it would
say the thing that you said.
The thing that you
your
said.
brother had that, yeah.
That's my only exposure to Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I don't know if that was actually a licensed thing. But...
I think it was. I think he was the one that told me about it. So
well, I mean, he would know.
He would know. Yeah. Speaking of swords, Steve.
What?
Speaking of swords...
Oh, you wanted to talk about this last week, but we didn't have enough time.
This is from thedailymail.com. Schoolgirl has legendary holiday after pulling a 4-foot sword from a Cornish lake where Arthur's Excalibur was thrown.
So she found Excalibur?
Yeah, well, maybe. She's also named after a famous English queen. So it says, a 7-year-old schoolgirl had a legendary holiday after pulling a giant 4-foot sword from the Cornish lake where Arthur threw Excalibur. Matilda Jones was wading through water waist deep at Dawsbury Pool when she stumbled across the blade underwater. According to local folklore, Dawsbury Pool is the spot where King Arthur returned Excalibur after being fatally wounded in the Battle of Camlan. Camlan. It is said to have been accepted by the Lady of the Lake, whose arm mysteriously rose from the water and received the fabled blade. Ironically, her father, Paul Jones, 51, had recounted the story of King Arthur to Matilda and her sister Lois 4 moments before the discovery. Mr. Jones from Doncaster in South Yorkshire said, "It was a blistering hot day and Matilda asked if we could go for a paddle. She was only waist deep when she could see a sword. I told her not to be silly and it was probably a bit of fencing. But when I looked down, I realized it was a sword. It was just laying there flat on the bottom of the lake. The sword is 4 foot long, exactly Matilda's height." What do you think about that?
Wow, that's pretty cool.
That's a pretty cool sword.
That's pretty cool. It's probably fake news.
You think so?
Well, I don't know. Like the dad, like telling the story about the fucking sword minutes before they fucking find it.
Yeah.
Like on a really hot day. Oh, I want to go for a swim. Oh, you found that sword? That's so great.
The father apparently towards the end of the article says, "I don't think it's particularly old. It's probably an old film prop," which. So even the dad is acknowledging that perhaps it's fake news.
They need to go and take it to the smithy. And,
the smithy. Oh, look at you being all fancy.
And sharpen it up and see if it's a legendary blade after
all. You know nothing, Steve Woodbury. No. You know nothing, Aegon Targaryen. Wait. Oh, spoilers!
What happened?
Nothing. I just spoiled something.
No, who gives a shit?
There was a parade.
The fucking television show spoiled things for the book because the fucking asshole can't finish writing books.
I wonder if he is ever going to finish. I wonder if he's going to die before he's done.
He might just be like, "Fuck it, why do I need to write a book anymore?
Yeah.
Like the TV show's doing the job for me."
Yeah, I mean, unless he's got something really different planned, in which case, we'll go nuts. I guess I'm still reading the book on my lunch breaks. I'll take a walk and I'll read a little bit of Game of Thrones on my phone. They're good books, but
Game of Phones.
Game of Phones. I don't know. I mean, I can't believe that the next season's going to take so long to get here, but I
can believe it.
There's other stuff I can watch in the meantime.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of shows.
Yeah, I mean,
we've been watching Toast of England.
Toast of England.
Toast.
So, like, what kind of bread do they use for that toast?
It's about an actor named Stephen Toast.
Oh,
who's in a terrible play, and he's trying to get other work, and
he's not the Toast of England because he's in a terrible play.
Yeah, he's in a terrible play, and a lot of people hate him.
Oh, that's so sad. Why would you want to watch such a thing?
Is
it actually funny? I mean, you're laughing.
Yeah,
at
it's
his
funny.
misfortune?
It's the guy, I think Matthew Berry. He was in IT Crowd as the younger Renham. Did you watch IT Crowd?
No.
God damn it, Chris.
When am I supposed to do these things?
BBC series are not hard to digest. They're fucking 6 episodes a season.
That's 6 hours.
No, they're half-hour shows.
That's 3 hours.
Oh, that's fucking nothing.
I could be watching The Lord of the Rings for the 17th time.
Yeah, instead of watching something new and hilarious. Or not new. It's been out for fucking 10 years.
I could also watch Batman v Superman, the extended edition.
Why?
Because it's good.
No!
Thor is going to come out in November, and that one's going to be short. I could watch Thor twice in the span of time it would take me to watch this British thing you're telling me.
I don't even think it's on fucking streaming anymore.
Oh, the Toast?
No, Toast is up there still, but like fucking IT Crowd isn't.
Oh, IT Crowd. Okay, so I'm fucked.
It's IT Crowd is like a good version of
Silicon Valley.
No. I actually like Silicon.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have my finger on the pulse.
I watched the first season of Silicon Valley and it was okay.
Okay. I've always wanted to watch it, but again, I don't.
No, it's IT Crowd is basically a good version of Big Bang Theory. It is a sitcom, and it does have a laugh track.
Yeah.
But
will there be a young IT crowd to match the young Sheldon that's coming out?
what?
There's the Big Bang Theory has a spin-off coming out this season called Young Sheldon, and I was just wondering if
Is it just going to be about when he was an autistic kid?
I guess it's about him when he's young, and I hear it has Paul Newman. No.
Paul Newman's dead.
No, what? Paul Newhart. Is that Bob Newhart?
Bob Newhart. I could have sworn Bob Newhart was dead too.
Well, maybe he's gonna die because he had to go get a job on this fucking show.
Yeah.
My parents love the Big Bang Theory.
I don't get it. Like Becky likes it too, and I don't get it. I really don't. And like I try not to. I'm bringing it up now, and I'm probably gonna get an earful. But like I try not to talk to about it with her because like
it offends you as a geek.
Yeah.
As a nerd.
Yeah, as a dweeb. As a nerdy fella.
Yeah.
Because like I'm like things like the IT crowd, like I'm like they're just better.
They get you. They I mean they're not just making fun of they understand it.
Yeah. Okay. It's we've done this. We've had this conversation.
Yeah.
So let's not do it again.
I bet Two Broke Girls getting canceled too. Somebody I saw that on
two. I mean, does that mean that the Big Bang Theory is getting canceled?
No. I just why I said two was I was on Facebook, which
why
I know
why
because I have friends there that won't leave and go somewhere else and family and. Anyway, so I was on Facebook and I saw somebody post the news about the two Broke Girls getting canceled, and
I've never watched a goddamn episode, so I can't say.
Well, so they were going back and forth about who watches this, and I chimed in. I was like, "My mom is downstairs watching it right now," which was true. She was downstairs watching it as I was getting that news, and it's just like too often we don't think about the fact that we are not the only demographic out there.
Yeah, I mean, the reason why CBS was successful for so long was because of things like 2.5 Men and fucking every CSI show ever, like and NCIS, right. Which for fuck's sake will never go away.
No, I mean they just got to find a new pair of guys. Not that you could ever have a pair of gals. That would be that would break the pattern.
What on NCIS?
Right. Yeah. And it didn't like you got NCIS and then like on one of them you got.
Who would have thought there would be this many
NCIS, like LL Cool J. And
LL Cool J's in the one.
I think he's is he him and Robin from the Batman.
Deepest, bluest. My hat is like a shark fin.
I think they're on one of those. They're on one of the, if they're not on NCIS, they're on like CSI.
I think when they made Deep Blue Sea, they thought that it was going to be like Men in Black because like they had that song that LL Cool J did at the end of it, like Will Smith did for Men in Black, whereas Men in Black that was a hit, and then Deep Blue Sea.
What was Deep Blue Sea supposed to be about?
It was like super intelligent sharks.
Was this on Comedy Central?
This was a real fucking movie. LL Cool J was in it. Fucking Sam Jackson was in it.
Oh.
Sam Jackson got bit in half by a motherfucking shark.
God damn, Sam. That might be the goddamn. All right, I'm looking at the list of stuff. So I didn't. Okay, we got to follow up here on two things. So I mentioned I went to a book fair and I had a story about that. And you mentioned your boxes. Is there anything more to say about the boxes of stuff?
I mean, I have a lot of fucking shit at my dad's house. I found that like an issue of The Voice, which was our school newspaper back in the 90s. I don't know if it's still
heading for the 90s, heading for the wild west.
No, I don't know.
Living in the 90s.
What do you think it's still called The Voice, like the school newspaper? Do you think there still is a school newspaper?
I wouldn't. There might not be a school newspaper. It's probably a school.
You're gonna have to wait till your
website or something.
Maybe you're gonna have to go. You're gonna have to wait till one of your daughter. Well, obviously the older one.
Yeah, when she's
old enough to go to Chelmsford High.
Go be the parental whatever. No, they don't. They just have faculty people. I don't know. Be like, yeah, you should be on the school newspaper just so she...
Just like your old man.
Just like your old man. Be the news
He was
editor.
leaning out saying, hey, everybody, look at me. Pow! He was decapitated.
So you found an issue of The Voice, and was there anything interesting in there?
No, there was a lot of talk of Beavis and Butthead because it was like from 1993.
Yeah.
And so that was something that was a hot topic.
Yeah.
back then. I think it was because of the fire thing, like like Beavis going fire, and which was a thing that like some kid blew up something and said fire.
I need TP for my bunghole.
Yeah, I mean there was never a problem with that.
No.
With people trying to wipe their asses.
No, I mean everybody needs TP for their bunghole. It's just a matter of how much and whether or not you're a wipe, whether you're a fold or a crumple. Everybody needs TP.
But yeah, they were talking. There was a lot of talk of censorship back then.
There was. I had a shirt. I wore it to school once. It said it was green, and it had in an oval on the front of it. It had the words "Censorship sucks," and I wore it into school. I think I wore it into school the first week of school, senior year. Which was when my grandfather passed away. But so I wasn't actually going into school to go to classes. We were going in to pick up my brother, who didn't want to miss a day of school, so we went in for like half a day. Whatever it was, I wasn't officially there. Mr. Meidel, who was my
Mr. Meidel,
Mr. Meidel, who was my dean, I think.
Before he was the principal. Before he got into some
he did some stuff.
Some problems. Look up Stephen
Meidel.
Allegedly. Before he allegedly did some stuff. Look up on the internet and see what he allegedly did.
But he told me I was not under any circumstances allowed to actually wear that to school, which I thought was hilarious because it was a shirt that said "Censorship sucks." And I had that shirt for a long time, up through college. Anyway, so yeah, there was a lot of talk of censorship.
I mean, it's in a school. I mean, the administrative figure could say that.
Yeah. I mean,
and then students could possibly protest or whatever, and if they gave enough of a shit about it, but I don't think they do anymore.
I mean, one might say that it's still an issue today. As a matter of fact, Violent J of the
Jesus Christ
of the
I was waiting for when this was gonna fucking come in.
Violent J of the
Insane Clown Posse.
Insane Clown Posse might say such a thing. Apparently, now this is from a tweet that Patton Oswalt retweeted from a guy named Daniel Dale. That's at ddale8 on Twitter.
Was he covering the rally?
He was there at the rally, and he paraphrases. He says, "Violent J says criminalizing opinion is like sewing a man's butthole shut." Quote, "Do you want to sew a man's butthole shut?" The Juggalos respond, "No!"
Now, I have to just say just for a second here, we have given a lot of shit to the Insane Clown Posse and Juggalos over the years.
We have.
Like, probably more
we don't want to sew their buttholes shut.
We don't want... No, but, like, I was scrolling through Twitter, and I was seeing, like, the fucking... Insane Clown Posse, or the
march
Juggalos,
on
the march of the Juggalos,
the
march.
Juggalo on Washington.
And I'm looking at all the coverage of it, and I'm like, you know what? These people are fucking all right.
They're all right. They're better than the fucking Trump supporters.
Yeah, but that's not fucking saying much. I want to say that they're much better.
They're much better
than those fucking assholes.
Than the
I mean, there's
white supremacists for Trump.
There's probably some terrible people that are Juggalos, but the people that were marching, as far as whatever I saw on Twitter,
there probably wasn't anybody there who was trying to figure out which of these marches I should go to.
Yeah, I mean,
as shitty as some Juggalos might be, I doubt that they were.
I think it was an easy decision for them. Mm-hmm. I think they were like, we're going to go to this one where we're going to not be a fucking gang or be classified as a gang. Right. Because they're not a fucking gang. They're just people that like a fucking band. Jesus Christ.
It's very strange.
It's a strange community, and I forget what the name of the documentary is, but it's like about half an hour, 45 minutes long. Yeah. Totally recommend checking it out.
The Juggalo documentary.
Yeah, it's going, or the guy that's making the film is just going to the gathering of the Juggalos and just talking to a bunch of fucking people.
Yeah.
He doesn't talk to anybody. He doesn't talk to Shaggy Two Dope or Violent J.
Yeah.
But I mean, their music isn't great, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Everybody that's a Juggalo that likes it, good for you.
Right.
And please continue enjoying the music that you like, and don't get in. Do this shit.
Don't get your butthole sewed shut.
Don't get your butthole sewn shut and march on Washington when you're being classified as a gang. Like if there's a fuck ton of people that liked Ween, and we went to like some fucking Ween show in New Hope, Pennsylvania once a year, and it was fucking a big gathering of stoners and weirdo nerds. Then. And they classify it as us as a gang. That would be fucking nonsense.
It would be nonsense. I mean, do they classify bronies as a gang? I mean, they're pretty fucking weird too.
Yeah, I heard they're really aggressive too.
Are they?
Yeah.
I mean, they're bronies. Like they're
all that testosterone.
I hear ponies are like a little bit harder to deal with than like a horse. Like a horse is a horse, of course. You know, unless you talk to the horse, of course.
Get on it, ride it, my brony.
But I get the sense that like a horse knows what it is. A horse is proud. Whatever. The pony's like a I don't know, wants to be a horse, and has a little bit of a complex about the fact that it isn't a horse. It's tiny, you know. So like I don't know.
Something Will used to say all the time when he had a sore throat.
When he was a brony.
No, I don't know. He might be a brony. I have no fucking clue. I never talked. I actually texted him recently, and he actually got back to me, which was weird.
Oh, he did. Oh, he did get back to you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What did he used to say?
He used to say whenever he had a sore throat, he'd be like, "My throat's a little hoarse. It's a pony."
Oh, that's a great joke.
Yeah.
I like Will. I think he's a fine fella.
Yeah, well, maybe we could see him one of these days.
One of these days. I think I responded to something he said on Twitter, though, and I probably said something dumb, and he did not respond back to me.
Yeah,
so,
well.
You know...
He's a busy man.
He may not think that I'm the brightest bulb in the shed. You know, if that's something you can
I think
say.
you're mixing metaphors there.
I might be mixing metaphors. I might be doing that a lot.
There's
characters in my novel that do that.
Oh, unintentionally?
Yeah, they do that. And unintentionally. And they get made fun of for it.
But you intentionally made them
intentionally. Yes, I guess that makes me a dick. I intentionally had them mix metaphors. And then I had another character make fun of them. That
tastes like peanut butter.
Oh, have you had peanut butter?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was then that makes sense. I have had peanut butter. That's what I had for lunch was peanut butter toast, and then as a snack I had Reese's Pieces. So
you had a lot of peanut butter.
If I belch and it tastes like peanut butter, it would make sense. I just didn't know that you'd have peanut butter.
Did you ever have peanut butter banana sandwich?
Oh, no.
That was what the king liked.
Oh, Elvis. Maybe Maybe that's what I'm missing. You know, Elvis died the year I was born, right? And I have often wondered, like,
are you the second coming of the king?
Am I the second coming of the king?
I mean, it's two flavors that go together. I mean, like peanut. Like I remember back when I was living down
peas
south.
And carrots.
Speaking of Will, when I was living down south and in the area he lives currently, there was a place called Cookout. And it was like a burger joint.
They have barbecue there?
No, it was just burgers. It was burgers.
I'm sorry, I was being a dick.
Yes, and I was moving on.
Okay, so they have burgers.
They had just burgers. I think they might have expanded the menu to like chicken sandwiches and some other shit, but it was mostly just fried food and French fries and milkshakes and whatever. And they had a peanut butter and banana milkshake, which was fucking awesome.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. See,
when I was still eating sweets. It's been almost a year.
Really?
Thanksgiving. It's coming up in a couple of months.
It's been a while. I wanted to try because I have a friend on Instagram, and she is basically a food photographer at this point. She's
like she's legit actually, food photographer, or she just takes pictures of her own food.
She takes pictures of her own food, but she does it well, and I think she's somehow
Becky's
has
been
some
pretty
sort of
good
endorsement. She seems to get free stuff, so I think there's something going on there.
Becky does a good job too. When we were at the Szechuan Garden too, like when we were moving out of Woburn, we took some pictures of the drinks that we got, and or she took some pictures of the drinks. I just drank the drinks that I got.
Yeah.
And she got some praise by the staff.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So the reason I bring that up is that this particular friend, she has celiac. She's very sensitive to gluten. I don't know if she actually has celiac disease or what. So she, amongst other things, she got started talking about nice cream a lot, and I wanted to know what nice cream was. And I asked her, and she said it's basically an ice cream substitute that was all based around bananas. And so I tried to make it once. And I
make it? They don't have it?
I think you can probably buy it, but I wanted to.
Do you have an ice cream maker? Like you get some rock salt and...
No, because this is all banana based. So like you would freeze the banana. I think what you did was you froze the banana, then you put the banana in to a blender, and you whipped it up. Or maybe I've got the steps reversed. And then you froze it again, and you could put whatever you wanted in the ice cream. So I did peanut butter, and I tried it, and I got sick. Like not that it was bad. I had other people try it, and it was not a taste that I liked. It was, peanut butter and banana and ice cream, and it just, no.
Do you like bananas?
Apparently, according to my mother, I loved bananas as a kid. And I lost the taste somewhere along the way. I can have a bit of a banana here and there, but
obviously, if you don't like bananas, you're not going to like peanut butter and bananas.
I thought I might still have the taste for it, but apparently I do not.
No.
So I just eat regular ice cream now. When I want ice cream. I don't eat it a ton, but...
What is it? Comedian Jim Jeffries is deathly afraid of bananas.
Of bananas?
Yeah.
Is he afraid he'll get one in his tailpipe? Like Axel Foley's lurking around the corner? I saw my second grade teacher yesterday, Steve.
You did?
I did. I was at the Chelmsford. I mentioned this before. I was at the Chelmsford book sale, which is put on by the Friends of the Library, and they raise money by selling used books. And I'd gone a couple years ago when we first moved back to Chelmsford, but I went in with no cash, and they were like, cash only, and I left because I didn't want to go to the ATM and come back.
I mean, it was so far.
It was so far. So I...
For those of you that are keeping score, the ATM is right across the street from the library.
Well, this. You're right and wrong. The sale happens at the town hall, and the bottom floor of the town hall. My bank is almost directly across the street. It's a little bit more of a hike. At any rate, so I came back this time. I had seen my friend who works at the library, who I've been talking to about getting me a book event there.
You're going to get a book event, but if someone wanted to buy the book, where would they go?
Clarkwoods.com.
Clarkwoods.com. So
Yeah.
they just go to clarkwoods.com.
Right there, it's got a big banner.
Oh, a big banner right on the front page.
Soon it'll be on Amazon.
Is it like a landing page?
It's like a landing page. They'll be on Amazon and other places, but you should buy it now because I'm pretty sure, Steve, that I'm going to have to charge more when it's on Amazon and all of those other places.
So yeah, if you buy it now, and this is not a pre-order, listen, you are paying for it now.
You're paying money, and yeah.
You're paying for it now, and you will get it when it comes out.
Right.
But this is...
So I
just wanted to bring that up.
You are a better marketer than me, Steve.
I guess so.
So I saw my friend Amy. She posted a picture that they had a credit card machine this year. Now I still was like, let's just go get some money just in case, because who knows if the credit card they had. It wasn't a Stripe. No, it wasn't a Square card reader, but it was one of those other ones. You can buy them.
You can buy them
from tons of companies now. You can get one that'll plug into your iPad, and you can run credit cards. At any rate, so we got some money out, and all four of us, me, my wife, and the two kids, went over there, and we went a little overboard. So we had money, but we ended up using the credit card anyway because we got way more than the $20.
But now you can go to Max 2's.
Yes,
all that cash on you.
But on the way out, I spotted the same person who I'd seen 2 years ago, or whenever it was, when I went the last time. And I went over and I said, I hope you don't mind me asking, but what's your name? And she says, can I say her name?
I don't know.
I don't know if I could say her.
Just say I'm Miss So-and-so.
I'm Miss So-and-so. Or I'm Betty May So-and-so.
Yeah.
And
was she Betty May?
She was Betty May. She's Betty May So-and-so. And I say, did you used to teach at
Westlands?
Westlands, yeah, it's not a school anymore, so we can say it. And she said, yes, I taught second grade there. And I said, you had me for second grade, and we chatted a little bit, and it was nice. It was delightful.
She's like, oh my gosh, you've grown up so big.
Old teacher. No, it was a really delightful little experience, and of course, I didn't put two and two together until the very end that my own younger daughter, is in second grade. So I could point and be like, that I made that. I was that little when you had me, and it was great. And I had been at a conference earlier in the day where I had referenced a assignment that she probably gave me that made me want to become a writer back in the second grade.
Wow.
So, like it all came together. Right? It was a nice warm fuzzy feeling until I got home and added all the books I bought to my big stack of books that I never
going to be able
to read because I don't know how to have fun.
Well, you never know, Chris. That maybe the book will take off, maybe the podcast will take off, and we can just work for 1 hour a week, and then just read and watch movies the whole rest of the time. Yeah. And maybe write a little bit so I can make money on the next book. Yeah, you could write another book. You could be a regular Stephen King. I got 2 other books in progress. Look at you. They're kind of just sitting there. So if this one does all right, then maybe I'll... Yeah, so go out there and buy his fucking book so he writes another one. You can find the show notes for this episode at clarkwoods.com/hot/164. Or you can buy them, or you can find them. You can find them. Oh, I thought you said you can buy them. You can buy them. You can buy them along with the book. You can buy them. You don't get the show notes anymore unless you give us some money. No, you can find the show notes for free as always at clarkwoods.com/hot/. This is like the shorthand. You're like, are we way over? Like, what's going on? No, I was just Clarkwoods.com. We're at 1 hour and 55 seconds at the moment. Okay, well, we're a little bit over then. Yeah. Just cut out this last part. If you wanna, we had an email. We'll save the email for next time. Yeah, it was brief. If you'd like to add your email to the list of emails we'll be reading next time, you can send that email to hot@clarkwoods.com, or you can tweet us. I'm at which ECC. Has never happened. No one has ever tweeted us in regards to the show. I think maybe Matt has sent me a direct message maybe once or twice about something that was on the show. Yeah, but that's not the same. I feel like it's happened at least once in 164 episodes. Yeah, but it was Matt and DMs. That was the only thing. Mm-hmm. Well, if you want to be the first or the second, you can tweet me. I'm at ECC1977, and I'm at Tuesday is loser. That's Tuesday IS loser, all one word. So when do I have the fun? Do I do it at night or in the morning or? I think it's more fun at night.